today you are able to understand what types of different materials to be used for pattern making. In last lecture we had seen the basic concepts of pattern making. Pattern is nothing but replica or model of the part to be casted. Means it is the model and it is the template required at the input stage, and from that you are able to cast number of pieces. So, what type of materials used for making pattern? So in today's lecture we discuss about materials used for pattern making. What are the different materials used for pattern making? So first one is wood, number two is metal, number three wax, plastic, and plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris are used for making pattern. While wood is used, while metal, while wax, plastic, and plaster of Paris. So after studying this, you are able to understand the various materials to be used when you are going to use wood, when you are going to use metal. So the selection criteria, when I am going to use wood, why wood is used as a pattern materials. So that depends on the shape and size required, that is the complexity of the model, then dimensional accuracy, then the output quantity or production quantity, and then cost also matter, cost, then strength, and then life of the pattern. Means up to what? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, that pattern will last long. So you can reuse those patterns for casting purpose. So these are the various factors to be considered before selecting pattern materials. Size and shape means complexity. If the model or pattern is very complex in design or complex in nature, then wood is easily used. Why? Because you can easily give various complicated shapes to the wood material. Dimensional accuracy. When dimensional accuracy comes into picture, then you go for metal rather than wood as a pattern material. Why metal? Because more dimensional accuracy you can obtain by using the metal. Then production quantity. If large quantity is to be required, then wax is used. Then cost, rate, life is also essential. Means this will not last long. This metal, life of metal pattern is more as compared to wood pattern. Then strength of metal is more as compared to wood as a pattern material. Life of metal pattern is more as compared to the wood. So these are the various factors to be considered while making selection of pattern materials. Now in this lecture, we focus on the properties of wood material, advantages of it and drawbacks of it, then various applications of the wood as a pattern material. So basically, teak wood, sagwan, your Malikitan sagwan, teak wood is used as a pattern material. Then walnut is also used. Then deodar is also used as a pattern material. If I focus on the advantages of wood as a pattern material. Right? First advantage is that it is cheap. The cost of wood is less as compared to the cost of metal. Then easily available. Availability of this wood is it is easily available. In forest, it is easily available. And strength is not that much, that's why that is the drawback. Cost is less, easily available, and you can provide various. It is soft in nature. That's why you can easily shape it to give complicated shapes can be easily produced on the wood material. So those are the advantages. Disadvantages. Disadvantages are strength. It is not strong as compared to metal. So strength is less. Strength of the wood material is less. Then it is distorted. It is easily distorted. Why it is easily distorted? Because it absorbs moisture from the free atmosphere and it will swell and sink. Swelling will occur and shrinkage will occur. That's why it changes its basic shape and size. That's why it is not used often as a pattern material. It is not used in a large quantity. It is not used as a pattern material because of its this property. Because it absorbs moisture. Moisture means water particles contained in the free atmosphere, and that is easily absorbed by the wood materials. That's why it changes its shape and size. So dimensional accuracy is less. Because of this, it changes its shape and size. That's why geometrical dimensional accuracy is less. So these are the various advantages and drawbacks of the wood as a pattern. Now go for another pattern materials, metal. Metal is used for large quantity production. Metal is used as a pattern material. In metal, aluminium, cast iron, silver, steel, lead, brass, bronze. These are the various metals are used for manufacturing or making pattern. So what are the advantages of this? If I compare the advantages of the metal as a pattern material as compared to that wood material, then strength is comes into picture. The strength is more as compared to wooden material. Dimensional accuracy can be sustained. Dimensional accuracy is more in metal. Dimensional accuracy is more as compared to wood material because wood absorbs moisture, metal can't absorb moisture, that's why it can't change its shape and size, it sustains its basic original shape and size, that's why it will sustain or it will retain its dimensional accuracy, that's why dimensional accuracy is more. Then highly finished surface can be obtained by polishing, coding, lapping, that processes. Highly finished surface can be obtained. So these are the various advantages of metal as a pattern material. And if I go for disadvantages, disadvantages of disadvantages of metal. So cost is high, then weight is more, weight is also more, then rusting, easily rust. Easily rust means it absorb moisture and corrosion will occur. So that's why metal is also having some drawbacks as compared to the wood material. Then wax is also used in jewelry manufacturing as a pattern material. After its use, wax are not reused because whatever the wax patterns are there, those wax patterns are invested and those are lost in melting process. So once wax is used, that is all the wax are melt out. So that is invested. So lost. Those are lost in the process. So melting will be there. All the burnout, all wax are burned out. So that's why wax are used in jewelry and where fine surfaces are required, there wax can be used as a pattern material. Now plastic is also where highly finished surface is required, there plastic pattern can be used. Where highly finished surface is required, then plastic is used as a thermosetting plastic is used as a pattern material. Then plaster of Paris is also same, where highly finished surface, a fine surface is required. There you can use plaster of Paris as a pattern material. So this is all about the materials used for pattern making. If you go for comparing one with another material, then you come to know that which type of is used in large quantity production and which type of material is used for less or small production. So this is all about the materials. In coming lecture, we are going to discuss about the various types of pattern, then various pattern allowances, what types of allowances are to be used, and how the again in jewelry industry, how these patterns are to be manufactured, then casting is to be carried out, some molding is to be carried out, what types of moldings are there, what various techniques of various castings are also there. So in coming sessions we are going to discuss about all this. So this is for today's session.